do a session like this. Okay, so I'm going to be introducing myself much more later, but I want to know where everyone is joining me from. For example, my name is Prince Adiakoni, or my name is Muidin Adiakoni, and I'm joining you from UK. Or you want to say you're joining from London, you're joining from Canada, you're joining from Nigeria, wherever you're joining us from. I want you to drop in the chat where you're joining us from. Okay. So I'll know exactly how to address my people. Olanike is joining from Canada. Yakin is joining from London. Fantastic. I almost pronounce that as Kafi, but that's Kifa, joining also from London. I have a lot of UK people in the house. Ah, fantastic. Akishola is joining from Texas. And also I have a German brother in the house. Onos is a German, joining from Germany. Fantastic. Italy, fantastic. Good to have each and every one of you here. And I promise you, tonight is going to be value packed. I'll be getting a lot of value from the session tonight. Okay, so welcome once again. I can't really see names that I've come across before, and that is pretty unusual. So if you're joining this session for the first time, I want you to drop a 1 in the chat. But if you're joining this session like this, maybe second, third, or you're OG, I want you to drop your favorite emoji in the chat box. Exactly, because I know the names I'm seeing a lot of names that I've not seen before. Interesting. There's a lot of ones. Wow. Shell Artisan is dropping the favorite emoji. That means Shell is OG. Oluwasomi, yes, I can see you. Oluwasomi is a special OG. I think you're already in the program already. Is that correct, Oluwasomi? So thank you all for being here. Miracle is also OG, like Oluwasomi. Fantastic. Oluwasomi. So welcome once again and good to have you here. For those of you joining for the first time, trust me, you will get value. That I can guarantee you. And you'll be having the better reason to know exactly what next to do when you're looking to transition. So if you noticed, you will see that my colleague just dropped a link in the chat box. That's for you just joining. For everybody that dropped the one, what you want to do is you want to make sure you complete the attendance form. And that's because this particular session is recorded. And I'll also be using a slide that has a lot of information. By the time you're done, if you complete the form, we'll be able to have opportunity to share the slide with you via email. And also the recorded video of this session, we'll share that with you via email also. So you want to make sure you complete that. Okay. Before I dive into the session, because tonight is actually going to be pretty interesting. We are talking about something special tonight, something quite special, right? And I want to know what sector each and every one of us is currently working in, right? Like for example, now I currently work in two different sectors. I work in the health tech and I work also in the health health sector. I work in educational technology and also in the health technology. I have no customer service or customer experience background. So if you have experience in this space or you don't have, I want you to drop the sector you're working in or you have experience in. I want you to drop that in the chat box. Okay. So I want you to drop the sector you're working in. Olanike is working currently in insurance. Deborah is currently in the health space like myself. Kifa Ahmed is customer support. Godwin is business development. NHS Obafor is in the health. Aditola is a lot fantastic. So I can see that we have very much diverse industry and sector that we're working in. This session tonight is going to give you a fantastic understanding how you can leverage, how you can come from this background and be able to transition into into the tech space. Which of the career paths you should be looking at getting to with information, with first-hand information. Okay, these are the things we're going to be talking about tonight. So um, get prepared. If you want to take notes, you can always take notes because during the session or after the session, I will always ask you to ask your questions. You have opportunity to ask your questions. So while I'm saying anything, if there's anything I mentioned that you don't understand, or you have a question around, you can always note it down. By the time I'm done, you will have a better understanding or have opportunity to ask these questions. Okay. So these are what we'll be talking about tonight. We're looking at diving into the tech space with a major focus, with a laser focus on looking at the people that have almost no computer background, are almost those that have customer support, customer service, sales, marketing. These people that have these skills or that have this background, are they able to get a job in a tech space? Are they even needed in a tech space? Do they even have any value to offer in tech space? These are the things that we'll be looking at today. And that's why I said you'll be getting a lot of A packed value from the session. Okay. So these are the things we'll be looking at today. Before we even dive into that, well, we'll have a lot of people joining this session for the first time. So we want to know exactly who am I? Or before I even get into introducing myself, who exactly is Tenalytics? Tenalytics is an educational technology company. Being at it, and what we really do is we specialize at training individuals, everyday individuals, helping them transition from wherever role they are into landing, getting skilled in the technology space and delivering world-class comprehensive data experience and consulting services. We also have over 5 years. Just last month, August, we clocked 5 years in the industry, where we've been able to help individuals build their talents in the tech space and helping over 5,000 people. It used to be about 3,000, but right now over 5,000 people transition from having no technical experience at all, from classroom to landing their first job in the tech space all across the globe. We have UK, US, Canada, across Europe and across Africa. All right. And when we are looking at training people, we have a committed team of industry experts that deliver this world-class training to you. And when we're looking at the training, you have different trainings like the data analytics, the business analysis, the data engineering, the data science, the financial analyst, the HR analyst, the agile project manager, cybersecurity, and soon to come AI engineering. So that's exactly what Tenalytics is. You can, when you get the link, you can 100% click on any of these links to be able to join our platform so you'll be ahead of any information we're looking to drop. Okay. And speaking with you tonight, my name is Muhyiddin Ade Akoni. All right. And I have a wealth of experience as a data analyst and as a business intelligence analyst. And I've helped a lot of organizations streamline their operations to align with their strategic goals. I've helped a lot of individuals, over 500 people that have zero background in tech. That's people that if you tell them, what is Excel? Or have you used Excel before? They'll literally tell you, no, I don't know what Excel is. I just know it's something that is from Microsoft, but I've never used it before. I've helped individuals like this transition to landing their first role in tech, over 500 people in that regards. And I have experience that cut across the health tech, the finance, the logistics, FMCG, currently also in the health tech space. Okay, that is who I am. What we're looking at getting tonight, by the time we are done with tonight, I'll be showing you a lot of nuggets. I'll be showing you a lot of things you'll be able to do from having almost no computer background, almost no experience in the customer service or having a customer service experience, how you're able to leverage this experience to get yourself a high demand role, something that is going to give you the guarantee of getting a job in that space. These are the things we're talking about tonight, right? Also teach you and show you how you'll be able to identify roles that a lot of hiring managers are looking to hire for, then how you can strategically position yourself to be in that position from being somebody that does not know how Excel works to being in the position of knowing how it works and how you can leverage on this experience to get yourself a job and where exactly to apply. These are the things that I'll be showing you tonight, right? Now, before we dive into everything I'm looking to talk about tonight, I'm going to quickly play like, I think it's a 1 minute testimonial video for you to have an understanding because we have a lot of people joining this session for the first time. For you to have an understanding of, oh, so we are talking about analytics. What exactly does it mean, or what exactly are we talking about, right? So I'm going to share this video. I'm going to play this particular video, and let me share that screen to be able to make sure you get the sound. Let me share my entire screen in this regard. Okay. So there's this particular lady. I don't want to talk about it, but let me just play the video so you can actually watch what she actually has to say about her transitioning, about how she was able to take the program and how she was able to get through with the training.
Yeah, I'm here to talk about how Tenalytics helped me achieve my goal and help me secure a role as a customer insights executive with a food distribution company. This program was really helpful for me as it equipped me with the necessary skills I needed to secure this role. The hands-on projects were very helpful and the classes also were very helpful. The tutors were also very good and they ensured that we understood what we were taught. I really appreciate everyone at Tenalytics for giving me this opportunity and for equipping me with the skills and also allowing me gain valuable experience while learning at Tenalytics. Thank you.
Okay, so if you heard what she said that's literally somebody that has an experience coming from the customer service space. She was able to leverage on that experience, went through the program, and she was able to get a job as a customer insights analyst. That was what she was saying. Now, that does not end there. That is who she is. Now, I'll get to tell you a lot more about people like this, but also I want you to listen to Benga. Benga is a fantastic gentleman, and he faced these challenges, and his major challenge was he was on a job hunt for over 2 years, looking to get a job. We have a lot of people in this space looking to get a job. You're applying and you keep getting rejection. We have a lot of people in this category. What he was able to do was he was able to identify which of the career paths he should get into and how the program was able to help him land 4 offers. This is somebody that's been applying to jobs for 4 years without results. He was able to go through the program and he was able to land 4 offers within the duration of the program. Okay. So I want you to also listen to Benga and hear what he has to say. Okay, this one is about 1 minute 30 seconds. Okay. I think it should come up just about now. Okay.
Hello everyone, my name is Olaguju Benga. I want to share the testimony of how I was able to secure a very good job by the help of Tenalytics. I was searching for a job for almost 2 years. I came across Tenalytics on Instagram. I sent a DM and they were helpful. I enrolled in the data analytics course and it was awesome. I learned a lot about Excel, data analytics, Tableau, how to organize data and also to draw insights from data, how to build a dashboard and also to write a report, conclusions of data. So I must say Tenalytics is the right place to learn how to be a data scientist, how to be a data analyst, how to be an HR analyst and so on like that. They are always around. They have the best hands to take care of your needs when it comes to data. So I enrolled in the course and even during the course I started applying for jobs and I started getting interview calls and they were also available to explain and also give me preparation questions on how to approach these interviews and also to pass them. I was able to secure and even get about 4 offers after all my interview sessions. So I must say that Tenalytics have really been a great help to me and I was able to secure a job of my dreams, literally. Thank you. Refer people, tell your friends about them, enroll today and the sky is your limit. Thank you so much.
Right. Thank you. That is Benga. Now, if you listen to what he said, which I believe you all did, you will see the way the program has been impactful. But let's leave these people alone. Let us focus on we that are here now. How exactly are we able to transition from wherever sector, from wherever industry that we have? How do we transition into the tech space, leveraging on our experience? Now, when we're looking at transitioning, there are different ways, different patterns that you can follow to transition. But what we did at Analytics was we actually did more like a background work. And what we did in this regard was we went ahead to look at all the major job boards where organizations, hiring managers, post job availability onto the public for them to be able to apply to. We went to these job boards and we scrape all the jobs that we have that we can see that has higher demand. A lot of organizations are looking to hire for these roles. We scrape everything. Then after scraping it, we're able to arrive at these career paths that you can see at the bottom, the 8 of them. We're able to arrive at them. But we just didn't stop there. We went ahead to get that external validation. And the validation is now from the World Economic Forum, which is the Future of Job report. And that report, which I'll also show you a little bit about, you will see the demand for jobs, the growth for jobs, and the decline for career paths. Meaning, if you're looking to transition, you just don't want to pick up a job and say, this is what I want to do. You want to make sure that you have a sense of job security. Meaning, years from now, I believe a good number of us here will have been hearing the terms AI is going to take over your job. AI is going to take over your job. This is something that you want to really consider. The role I'm going to get into 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, is this something that is still going to be relevant? If your answer is a yes, then you're in a good spot. If your answer is I don't know, then you want to go back to data and validate if your career path looking to get into is going to dwindle away or is going to grow in demand. That was what we did with the World Economic Forum, and our validation was correct. The 8 different career paths you can see here are part of the career paths that are really growing in a fast pace in regards between now and 2030. We didn't stop there. We also look at eligible occupation list with the skilled worker visa in UK. Are these people going into this career path, are they able to get sponsorship? We're looking at the HB1 for the sponsorship in US. Are these people, at this career path, are they a shortage in demand? And are they able to get sponsorship? Also looking at the provincial nominee program, at this career path, people that go into them, are they able to get sponsorship? Are they able to get PR in these regards? And the answer to everything is a yes. Now, when you're looking at the career path that we're looking at talking about, the World Economic Forum that I just talked about, if you can see my screen, you will see that we have growth and decline 2025 to 2030. Now, what this particular report is telling us is, if you see the career path that is on the left side of the screen, these career paths are telling you that these are the jobs that are gradually going to decline between now and 2030. So if you're looking to transition, you don't want to find yourself transitioning into any of these roles that is on the left side of my, on the right side of my screen, that is this path. But if you're looking to transition, you want to find a way to position yourself in this left side of my screen, because these are career paths that are growing in demand, and you have that job security that you can literally beat your chest off. Now, you will see that we have some career paths that is circled, that we have it colored, and we have some that is not colored. The reason is because these are the career paths that, for example, you have the first one on the list, which is the big data specialist. And that is automatically under the data engineer. Now, as a data engineer, you will be able to get into this space. Right under it, you will see fintech engineers. Now, what that is telling us is, for anybody that is a fintech engineer, you have that job security from now moving forward. But we don't offer it. If you see that that particular fintech engineer is not circled in any way, that is because, remember, any of these career paths we're looking to transition into, there are 3 major criteria that we consider before we offer them. The first one is the ease of learning. meaning absolutely anybody can learn this. Absolutely anybody. You work two jobs, you've been away from the classroom setup for a very long time, you don't like anything mathematics, you don't like coding, all these things does not matter. Absolutely anybody can learn them. That's the first criteria. The second criteria is the ease of transitioning, meaning you have the ability to transition and you're not going to need any sort of prerequisite or work experience in this space before you're able to transition. That's the second criteria. And the third one is a high rewarding salary, meaning when you get into this role, it is going to give you a high rewarding salary that you yourself will be proud of yourself. Now, these are the three major criteria that we need to cross out before we're able to select all these 8 programs also that we have that you were looking at in the previous slide. Now, as a big data specialist, this is something you can get into 100%. Do you have the skill to get into it? Do you have the requirement? Do you have the tenacity to get into all this role? Because they have their own personal traits, which is like solitary to every individual, which is what we're going to be looking at today. Now, if you look at fintech engineers, we don't offer that, and it's pretty simple. For you to be a fintech engineer, aside from the fact that it's not easy to learn, you also must have worked in some highly sensitive roles before you have the opportunity to get a job in that space. If you look at the third one, we have AI and machine learning engineer, which is definitely under the data science. So remember, this particular slide, you will get this. So you'll be able to go through it one after the other and look at the one that really fits what you're looking to get into after the same, because by the time we're done with this session, you have a very clear picture of what you want to do. That I can really guarantee you. Now, you also have this, you'll be able to go through it 100%. But before we even dive into which one can you get into, which one are you looking to get into, or which one can you not get into, I want us to take a very good look at some of the roles you can find yourself applying to. Either you have a customer support background or you don't have any at all. Even if you don't have any computer background, you don't have any knowledge using computer, probably maybe the maximum thing you know how to use on a laptop is probably maybe to check your email. Can somebody like this apply to different roles like this? 100%. So I've dropped a link to these job boards. I've dropped the link on this particular. So if you click on this particular link, it will take you directly to that job, to this job board. So you'll be able to get access to them and get apply to this job, which I'm also going to show you how. Okay. So make sure that if you've not filled the link, the attendance sheet, make sure you do that. So you'll be able to get access to this particular link that I'll be sharing. But before we dive into that, I also want you to understand and see some of the roles that you can apply to. This is not all of them. This is some of them. Considering somebody that have a customer support background, what kind of roles, what kind of jobs can they apply to? Considering somebody that does not have any computer background at all, what kind of rules can they apply to? As a data analyst, you want to be looking at who is a data analyst on everything. Don't worry, we'll talk about that, right? But now for a data analyst, looking at roles you want to apply to, you have roles like customer experience analyst, you have roles like sales operations analyst, customer retention analyst, marketing analyst, and even customer insight analyst. These are roles that will focus on, number one, your analytical skills, and most importantly, your customer service experience. This is a role, these roles that I just mentioned, which is very few. These are roles that will consider people that have that experience over every other person that doesn't. Now, also, you want to look at the data scientist. You have the customer churn prediction analyst and scientist. These are people that predict, oh, so we have a retail organization. We're looking to do like a Black Friday is coming up. Are we going to lose more customer? Are we going to increase our sales? Do we need to hire more people? These are the things that you go into that you cannot do it right now, except you have a data scientist that is able to help you predict what is going to happen in the future, right? So these are some of the things that you are able to leverage your experience on as a customer service, customer support sales rep, somebody like that. These are experience that you can 100% transfer to getting job in this space. You have a lot of them. CRM analyst, retention modeling scientist, behavioral modeling, sentimental analyst. These are roles that you can apply to as a data scientist. Meaning, if you go through the data science program and you have customer service experience, this is something that you can always leverage on to be able to get a job relating or leveraging on your years of experience. Okay, I'm also going to walk us through how to apply to these jobs. I'll do that briefly so that when we are watching the recorded via version, you'll be able to follow the steps and apply to the job. So you have a lot of them. I won't be able to cover all of them because there's a whole lot. You have under the business analysis, under the HR, where you have the people's analyst, you have the talent acquisitions analyst, you have the employee experience analyst, workforce analyst, benefit analyst, and so many more, right? Now, these are some of the roles, not all of them, some of them that you can apply to. And when you're looking at applying to all these roles, there's a particular structure, there's a particular system that works. And what that system that we do adopt at Analytics is a system that we've been using for over 5 years, and we've been churning out results. Benga followed the same process and was able to land roles, offers while still in the training. And if you ask me, what is the structure? What is the formula? What is the system that works? So when you're looking at transitioning, you want to do three major things. You want to really focus on three major things. You want to take notes because I'm going to come back and ask questions in the chat box about these three things I'm going to talk about. Now, when you're looking at the three major things, the first one is you want to learn. So I just mentioned the career path you can transition into: the data analyst, the data scientist, the business analyst, the HR, the ones that I mentioned, the cybersecurity, data engineering, financial analyst, and agile project manager. I didn't mention this, but you want to really learn. After learning, then you want to package yourself. What I mean by packaging is, so now you're a fantastic data scientist. How does data scientist as a skill, how does it transition to getting you a job? That is where your packaging comes into play. And when you're looking at packaging, you want to have a fantastic CV. You want to have your LinkedIn optimized. You want to have a portfolio because your portfolio is going to house your skill, your experience, things you've done, your value. That is what your portfolio is going to house. Then you want to go through mentorship session where you have industry experts, people that have been through the same journey you're about to start. They've hit the finish line and they are doing very well in the tech space. You want to have people like this hold your hand and walk you through that same path. Mentorship sessions. You want to have, you heard when Benga was mentioning it, he said he had a lot of interview preparation that helped them to land 4 offers while still in the training. This is something that we do offer. Then you also have the job reference. When you get a job, anybody looking to hire you, they will always ask for references. Where did you work before? And we know, can we speak to them? And we know the kind of person that you are. You always get this opportunity from us. And you also get what we call on-the-job support. On-the-job support. These are part of the things that you want to package. I'm going to talk more about them so you have a clear understanding of the offers that you'll be getting. And when you've been able to package yourself, you want to do one thing. You want to take your skill that you have, the data scientist skills or business analyst skills or any of the technical skill, because your packaging. You want to take both of them, fuse it together, and you want to apply with a laser focus application. I'm not talking about the general one on Indeed or on LinkedIn that you click, you see one click apply. It's literally 2 clicks away. Pap, pap, you've applied, you sent your CV. No, I'm not talking about that. Those ones, they're just you chilling. They're just you. Let me just do it so they don't say I don't do it. That is what you're doing. Not like those things are going to give any result. No, I'm talking about you tailoring your CV, perfecting your CV to every job you're applying to, making sure you increase your opportunity way higher than any other person applying to that job. And your opportunity is for you to be able to get your CV to the hiring manager. That is what you're doing. You're applying with focus. You get to learn how to tailor your CV to every job you're applying to. You will set your application targets, your plan, your weekly targets, your daily targets, your monthly targets, how many, you break it down, you will learn how to do it so it doesn't become overwhelming. This is how you get to apply. And when you apply this way, it does not beat any other way than you having the opportunity to land offers, just like me. I was able to land 4 of them while in the training, right? But before we dive into the career path you want to get into, which of them, at least we've been able to know that there is opportunity for you to transition into any of these roles. But the big question now, the big but now is, I have a lot of people in this session that they probably don't even know which career path they want to get into. I believe I have a lot. If there do I have people in the session, I want to drop a yes or no in the chat. If you have a career you want to get into, drop a yes, drop the career path. If you are confused, you don't know which one you want to get into, I want you to say, I don't know, or any other word that you feel like is going to describe what you are going through. I'm going through the chat, so I'll be able to see your comments. All right, so I see your question, Elizabeth. Kindly do note it down. By the time I'm done with the session, I'll be able to answer all these questions, okay? All right, so I'm seeing a lot of, Irene says, I don't know. OJ said yes. Deborah said, not sure. Naughty iPhone said, cybersecurity, fantastic. Olivia said, business analysis. Chikwendo said, data engineering, I'm not sure. That can happen also. So I have a lot of, I don't know, I'm not sure, not exactly. That is 100% possible. And that is 100% okay. It is very okay. Now, what we are going to do is we're going to take a quick quiz. What this quick quiz is going to do is going to furthermore look at things you are comfortable with, things we are very passionate about, things you are open to doing, things you are not open to doing. This quiz is going to look at that because it's more or less like a personal thing. Because you see all these roles I talked about, absolutely anybody can get into them. But do you have the personality to excel in this role? That is the question. So in the comment box, in the chat box, you see my colleague drop the link to this session, to this particular quiz. They'll drop it in the chat box. I want you to click on that and take the quiz. I'll also be taking the quiz with everybody. So you'll be able to see exactly what we are doing. All right, so let me also drop the quiz, the link to in the chat box, so you get access to it. Teki Omar said, confused. It can happen. Trust me. So I just dropped the link to that quiz in the chat box. Once you click on it, it should bring you to this screen, to my screen where I am on my screen. Okay. So make sure you click on the link. I just dropped the link in the chat box. Make sure you click on that. And I'll be taking the quiz alongside with you. So if you know the role you're looking to get into, are you sure? Are you sure that is so? I saw somebody just dropped Bradford just said full stack data scientist. Benny said business analyst. Something Kiki said, oh, something, this is a familiar name. I think I remember you. He's looking for roles where data analysts can work. That is almost everywhere. All right. So my colleagues are dropping the link in the chat box. Obrafor said, you're very sure. Fantastic. So for those that are not so sure, you want to make sure you take this quiz. I'll be taking it alongside with you. So once you click on get started, you would click on yes. It's giving tech error. Let's go. So you want to make sure you complete your name. The name is going to be Muideen Adiakon. We had my mobile number. So you want to make sure you complete this. I'm doing it also. So complete this so that by the time we are done, we'll be able to see the personality of which of them we should be looking at getting into. And once you're done, I want you to drop your career paths in the chat box. Okay? I want you to drop your response the results, drop it in the chat box, okay? So the question saying, how do you feel in a group setting or team discussion? So I will not be reading this out, so I will not be confusing every other person taking the quiz. But trust me, I'm doing it alongside yourself. This is your friend or the most recent journey. Okay, so it's asking about my most recent. I don't want to say customer service. I just want to say I'm unemployed. So this sounds most likely like you. How comfortable are you with to use my okay? Your take on coding. I'm curious. So once you're done, I want us to drop results in the chat box. Then from there, we take on to the next challenge. What kind of environment you like to work in? I believe we are all taking the quiz. It's pretty fast. I'm only trying to take a little bit of time so that we'll all be doing it at the same time. So he's asking me what's important to me right now. So I want job security in the long run. I want to work remotely. I want to land a high-paying tech role. Yes, I think that's what I want. So he's saying, what kind of impact do you want to make? Lead organizations, organizational change, and transforming business operations. That sounds good. He's asking me which course sounds most appealing to you. I don't know. That's why I'm here. So I'm not going to select any of the program. So it doesn't look like I changed it. I'm going to select I'm confused. Tell me what I want to do. Tell me what I can do. Fantastic. So looking at the personality challenge, the ones that the answer I've been able to give, is able to advise that and give me a very laser focused decision like go with the business analyst. That is the strategist. I want to go with that career path. Oh, fantastic. So I have some results in the chat. I have Ayotola Akinyemi, HR analyst. Joy is also looking at HR analyst. Each one is looking at cybersecurity. So Deborah, you have the option. So I'm not going to give you the answer based on you, wherever you feel like select it. Okay, because if I tell you, that's going to be you selecting for me. So whichever one you feel like selecting, that feels more like you. See the question, what sounds most like you? Kind of pressing that. You have to. You have to just look at all the options and decide which one looks best for you. Okay. So this is exactly what you should be looking at. Which one is comfortable for you? Which one is not comfortable for you? Do I love to do this? Do I don't like to do this? No, I don't like. I want to run away from coding. All these things, they matter. Because when you're looking at transitioning, you want to make sure when you transition, you get into a spot that is going to give you value, that is not going to stress you, that you will not wake up every morning and feel burnout without doing anything yet. That is the reason why you want to make sure that you transition into a role that has a personality that merge yours. When you're looking at transitioning into this role, like I said, 100%, absolutely anybody can transition into them, just like you're saying. So I believe every other person that was saying, I'm confused, I don't know, totally confused, you've been able to see that your personality is all you need to be able to transition into any of this role. And when you're looking at transitioning, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through how you're able to actually apply to any of these jobs. I won't be able to apply to all of them because of time, right? But you have ability to get this slide when we are done, get the recorded video, and also have the opportunity to do the same thing as I would have done or must have done, okay? So I'm going to apply to a particular job. Then once I'm done with that, I would walk you through how you can get into the program, get your hand onto any of these things I'm talking about, and also get yourself into that position. So let me look at, I'm looking at just one job. So I'm looking for a suggestion in the chat box. If I get Any suggestions? So let's say business analyst. So for a business analyst, one of the major things which I'm still going to talk about is you can easily transition into that role literally anyhow. Anybody can easily transition to business analyst because the things you need are something that almost all of us do have. Some people shy away from it, some have it by default. Well, we'll get to talk about this when we are in the program. All right. So when you're looking to transition, there's a particular thing that sales operations job, that's something that you can easily apply to as somebody that have either customer service experience or you don't have customer service experience, because what you're looking out for is you have sales experience. Communication is your thing. Don't worry. I'll still get to talk more about this in the program as we move ahead. But what you should be actually be looking out for is when organizations are looking to hire you, they are really looking out for two major things. So, Kwame, you just said sales operational jobs. Do you have experience in this space? If it is a yes, do you have skill that can make you execute whatever job or task given to you on the job? That's the question. Do you have that? Do you have the skill of a sales analyst? Do you have an experience as a sales analyst? Now, when you're looking at getting into the training, the way your program is structured, you have a project-based learning pattern. And when you're looking at every other thing that I talked about, remember when I was talking about you learning, you packaging, and you applying. Remember these three strategies: you will learn, you will package, you will apply. Now we've been able to identify the program we want to learn, the business analyst, the HR analyst. We've been able to identify which of them we're able to learn. And trust me, that is the simplest strategy ever. It's the most awesome one and also the simplest, because when you're looking at transitioning, employers always look out for your skill. And when you're looking at your skill, you want to make sure that you actually learn the program. Just like Ramat. Ramat has a customer service experience back in UK. Then she worked in as a customer support agent in a company in UK. Then she went through to package herself, having a fantastic CV, joining a lot of mentorship sessions, have a portfolio ready, and apply. So and when she have the two, she have the skill, she have the package, she's done the packaging, she was able to apply with precision. And after the program, I think a month after 2 months after the program, she was able to get a job as a business architect. And on that, this is going to be under the umbrella of business analyst. She was able to get a job as a business architect with NHS. Definitely, the job came with full sponsorship. Now, this is something you can easily watch. When you get the slide, you can easily come to this. You get to watch a short video. Then there's a particular long video where she had with Adeza, where we broke down everything that she did and how she went about doing it. So you can easily get access to this when you're done, when you get the slide by yourself. All right. Also, we have Judith, also has customer service experience back in Nigeria. She worked as a customer support agent. Then when she got to UK, she was also looking at doing the same thing. But then she was like, I don't want to continue the same thing I've been doing back in Nigeria because I want to really grow. What she did was she went through the business analysis program. And in Judith's case, she was actually able to secure two jobs. The first job she got was the one working as a business analyst in UK. She worked from a remote setting. Then at the same time, now think about it, 2 months after getting the first job, she was able to secure another job, also as a business analyst, but the other job now is in the US and she's working fully remotely. She's currently in UK, right? So this will open you to identifying that you have opportunities out there. But do you have what the opportunity is requesting for? What your opportunity is demanding for? Do you have it? This is what learning is going to give to you. Also, this is what packaging is going to give to you. And when you're looking at we have a lot of people that have been able to follow through this particular process and they've been able to land themselves a job. I mean, a whole lot. But Amaka also has an experience going through the HR analytics program and was able to get a job as an HR data analyst. So I have a lot of people in the chat box that are looking at joining the HR program. 100%, or looking at becoming an HR analyst, you have this opportunity 100%. And when you're looking at learning, which we talked about, your learning now is in a blended format, in a blended approach. And what do I mean by blended? You have a big chunk, which is going to be your self-paced session, and you have another big chunk that is going to be your live instructor-led classes. So it's not going to be 100% self-paced, which can be very, very traumatizing. I've been through it. I know how difficult it has been. You literally struggle to complete a video, not talk of getting any impact. So it's not going to be self-paced alone. Neither is it going to be your live instructor-led classes. You're going to have a blended approach where you learn in both scenarios. And when you're learning, you're working on real-world projects and solving real-world problems in your project cases, right? These are the way your program are structured, either with a self-paced or your live instructor-led. So your live instructor-led is going to be you coming into class and you have an instructor walking you through how to solve a real-world problem, working on projects using a specific tool, right? This is the way your program is structured. Your self-paced also, these sessions are pre-recorded, so it's not like they are fixed to a particular time, they are pre-recorded. But the video you're also watching is still your instructor working on projects and guiding you on how to solve real-world cases, right? These are the way your program, your learning environment is structured, giving you the ability to learn, even if you don't have any experience, you've been away from classroom setup, you work 2 jobs, you work and you study. People like that, 99% of people taking the program are in this category. So you know it's 100% possible for you to get into the program and get value. Now, when you're looking at what exactly people looking to hire you, what do they want? What do you do? What do they really want from you? Do you have the experience that they're looking out for? How do you tell them? How do you show them that you have the experience that they're looking out for? And it's not far-fetched because the way your programs are structured, you are, like I said, you're working on instructor-led classes and you're self-paced. And when you're doing this, you're working on real-world projects. And your real-world project now, you have ability to bring all these projects you worked on, add them to your portfolio. So these are part of your packaging where you take projects you worked on, both in class, because they are real-world cases. You take them, you add them to your portfolio. And this your classes, you have a duration of 6 months where you get to be in class, learning to be either HR analyst, business analyst, data scientist, data analyst, or cybersecurity, any of them. You get to do this for 6 months, working on multiple projects. So when you're done working on multiple projects for 6 months, you have the ability to add these projects to your portfolio. Then in 2 months, you have another 2-month internship with Amdari. Amdari is a sister company to Tenalytics, where you also have opportunity to work on real-world projects and also have ability to add this portfolio to this project to your portfolio. And Amdari is registered in both Canada and in UK, meaning you have the opportunity to add both Canadian experience and UK experience to your CV. You have the opportunity 100%. That's because when you need reference letter, fact that Amdari is registered in both companies, in both countries, you have the ability to get reference from them. Tenalytics is also registered in Manchester and also registered in Alberta. Okay, so you have both companies giving you the opportunity to get reference letter from the both of them and giving you the experience that you might need. Either you want to work in UK, in Canada, in US, anywhere in Europe, you have the opportunity to get the reference letter. Now, when you're looking at the program, the learning itself, we have, if you remember, we have 8 different programs. Okay, now starting with the business analysis, looking at business analyst, the thing, the personal traits that you need, considering that we've taken the quiz, we've been able to see it, but the personal traits you need to really excel as a business analyst, if you're somebody that enjoys communication, let's say in a group of 10 people or 15 people or 20 people, you find it easy to communicate with them. You sit down on a round table, you easily communicate with them, you flow with them, you exchange ideas, you understand their challenges. If you're somebody like that, you don't want to be any other place than being a business analyst, because that is exactly the only thing you need to excel. Any other technical skill, don't worry yourself about that. Don't bother yourself about it. You have 100% opportunity to learn that, because a lot of people that have zero technical background have been able to go through it. It is 100% beginners friendly. And all you need that you might struggle to learn is the communication ability. So if you're not somebody that loves to be at the center of everything happening, because a business analyst is a process master, any process going on within the organization always starts and goes through a business analyst. So if you're somebody that shies away from communication, speaking with people, you want to look into business analyst. And when you're looking at the business analyst, you have your key learning areas where you get to learn Excel, Power BI, SQL. Then you also learn process mapping, you learn project initiation planning, you learn Agile and Scrum for projects. You also get to learn SDLC, that's software development lifecycle. You have requirement fundamentals, elicitation, stakeholder analysis, stakeholder engagement. Then you also learn how to leverage ChatGPT as a business analyst. Now, everything I've talked about, I'm sure a lot of you are hearing all these things for the first time. Don't fret. Don't be scared. The only thing, like I said, you need to excel as a business analyst is communication skill. And when you're looking at the Agile Project Manager, if you look at the title itself, it says, let's remove the Agile, let's look at the project manager. And as a project manager, you're always managing projects. Managing project meaning you'll have a lot of people that will be working on a particular project. So you are managing the project, you are now managing the people. So if you are somebody that you are not so good managing people, for example, myself, I'm very terrible when it comes to people's management. I'm very terrible. I'll say that clearly. I'm very, very terrible. Put me in that position, I'll wake up with a trauma every day. Like, here we go again. We're doing this again. I'm that person. Okay. But if in your own case, you're very comfortable managing people, and you want to go through the Agile Project Management program, because that is a program that is going to blow down your skill out of this world, and it's going to give you technical skills, the Agile methodology approach of project management. When you learn how to manage a project and at the same time deliver value to the organization, to the project owner, or the people that own this project. Now, the way you go about it is what you get to learn. You get to learn how to leverage on different tools like Confluence. You get to learn how to use a tool like Jira to manage and track your deliverables. You get to learn how to use tools like Trello to manage the people, the team that are contributing to the sections of the project. These are the things you get to learn within the Agile Project Management program. And if you remember, you don't need any skill, you don't need any coding skill, you don't need any technical skill. All you need is ability to manage people. Somebody like that will excel 100%. And looking at the way your classes are structured, remember I talked about the learning, where you have the blended approach, live class and your self-paced. So you're going to be having your live class every other Saturday. In a month, we have 4 Saturdays. So in these 4 Saturdays, you have 2 Saturdays that's going to be for your live class. In your other 2 Saturdays, you have your live drop-in session. Drop-in session is where you bring whatever sort of challenge you must have encountered while solving the real-world project, while working on projects using a particular tool. Whatsoever challenge you must have faced, you have the ability to bring this challenge into the live drop-in session, and you have an instructor guide you on how to solve these problems for you. And in your drop-in session, see the way I'm able to share my screen, you'll be able to share your screen with your instructor in your drop-in session, and he or she will be able to see the sort of challenge you might be having, right? Then for your self-paced, there is no time fixed to it. For your live classes, you have your 11 a.m. on your Saturday, you have 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. And for those in Canada, because I see a lot of people in Canada, also people in US, that is going to be in your own time. That's going to be about 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's MST. Or I think 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you are in Eastern Standard Time, you'll be able to join from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday. Okay. Now for your self-paced, this is something that you get access to at your own time, wherever you feel is comfortable for you to go through your recorded videos. You go through it, you practice, and you solve challenges. Now, this time zone is the same thing across all other of the 6 programs that we offer. We offer 8 different programs, there's 2 of them. The rest of them is still the same time zone. And you get to learn for 6 months in class with analytics. We get to work on multiple projects to learn any of these things I've talked about. Then you come, once you're done learning for 6 months, you get to be in internship for 2 months. Your 2 months in internship is going to be done with our sister company, Amdari. And for your 2 months, you're working on real world projects to showcase your skill you've learned for over the 6 months. And your real world project is you solving real world problems. And the value you'll be getting from this is you have ability to add these real world projects into your portfolio. So you have something in your arsenal when you're going into any interview to show them things you've done and the value that you have. Now, when you're looking at the data engineer, somebody that have the mind, let me say the might to get into data engineering is somebody that is open to coding. So you see, when you took the quiz, there was a particular question if you are open to coding, if you have the might to get on to take on to coding. A lot of us were like, no, at this stage in my life, I'm not interested in taking anything coding. I don't want to do anything coding. I don't want to have any sort of headache. I just want to do something easy. We have people like that. And that does not mean you can't transition. But for some people that also have the might, like, what has coding got to give? Bring it on. I'm available. Somebody like that wants to make into data engineering, because as a data engineer, what you are really focused on is you're focused on building pipelines on more like, and you're building the infrastructure for information to pass through from one point to the another at the back end. The way you get to be a data engineer is, so a very good example of that is we all have banking apps. We all have our bank accounts. When you perform a transaction, let's say from your mobile application, and at the same time, you go to an ATM machine and you perform a transaction. That transaction must have performed on the ATM machine. Immediately you're performing that on the ATM machine, it is reflecting on your mobile app like you performed a certain transaction. You see, the information was able to pass from there to here. That is because a data engineer has been able to build a pipeline for that information to pass through. So your duty as a data engineer is always to be able to build the information flow so that it will be accessible anywhere that is being needed. That is what you do. And to be able to do this, what you get to use mostly is you get to use Python programming language and SQL, structured query language, right? You get to use this. This is like your daily bread, because the way you get to use Python is similar to the way a software developer will learn how to use Python programming language, right? So for somebody that have the might, I saw that the quiz also have somebody looking at data engineering. So if you have the might, if you're open to coding, 100%, you want to look into data engineering. And for the data scientist, these are people that they have a very inquisitive mindset. And when I mean inquisitive, I mean because whatever sort of analysis that they get to do, they are always focused on what is going to happen in the future. They are not so concerned about what is happening right now, because whatever that is happening right now, as a data scientist, they've been able to see it way before. So they are focused on what is going to happen in the future. And I'm going to give you a very good example. So let's picture, let's say a large, a chain of restaurants or a chain of retail organization looking to do like a massive discount sales. And this particular sales, or let's use the Black Friday coming up as an example. So they are looking to prepare for Black Friday shopping fiesta that is coming up, and they're looking to plan accordingly. They don't want to be caught unawares because there's going to be a lot of buying, there's going to be a lot of delivering, there's going to be a lot of walk-ins. So they want to prepare ahead. For you to be able to prepare ahead, there's no other person that can get that for you than a data scientist. And what will a data scientist get to do in this particular scenario? A data scientist will collate data of years, record of them, their record of their sales record, their activities during this period. A data scientist will get it and start to analyze it. And when the data scientist is analyzing, they're analyzing with a focus on what is going to happen in the future. As a data scientist, there are three major types of analysis that you get to do. You have the diagnostics, you have the descriptive, and the predictive analysis. Okay, so as a data scientist, when you do your analysis, you are focused on what is you are more focused on the predictive aspect of the analysis, looking at what's going to happen in the future. So looking at this chain retail store, let's use Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday as an example. So according to the report, machine learning that you've done, you've been able to see that they have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and they have 3 stores. Okay, so for the first store on Monday, they're going to have traffic of about 100,000 to 200,000. And this particular traffic they are going to need at about 70 people, 70 staffs working for them on a Monday to be able to cater to these 100 to 200,000 customers. On a Tuesday, then on that same Monday, the second outlet and the third outlet, they will have lesser traffic. The second outlet will have about 50,000, while the third outlet will have about 45,000 on the first day. Meaning, by having this information, the owner of that particular some retail store already know how to traffic their workers. People from the second outlet and the third outlet, they will know exactly how to flush them to the first center or the first outlet so that they will have about 70 people on board to cater for the 100,000 and 200,000 customers coming in this window. The second day, definitely there's going to be a change in the numbers. How do you match up to that number? The third day, change in number. How do you forecast and predict the number and meet up immediately? This is something that a data scientist can do. It might sound a bit technical, yes. Probably maybe the example that I use might sound a bit technical, but it is pretty straightforward. And that's because that's what you get to do 100%. And to do this, you have to be somebody that either you have or you're open to learning statistics. You learn how to do forecasting and predictive analytics using Microsoft Excel. You learn how to use Tableau for data analytics. You also be learning SQL. Then you also be learning Python programming. Now, the Python programming you're not doing the same thing that the data engineer is doing. You're more or less focused on the analytical part of Python. You get to learn Python for exploratory data analysis. You get to learn Python for machine model to build and train your machine model. Then you have your Python for your GitHub version control. Then you also learn Microsoft Fabric for analytics. You also have what we'll call computer. A very good example of computer vision is this camera looking at me. So this camera looking at me is being set that once I activate the background, whatever activity that's going on in my background, ignore it, focus on only me. That is an example of a computer vision, and that is something that is currently blowing out of proportion as a data scientist. Then you have the data analyst. Excuse me. Now, for the data analyst, these are professionals that are needed in almost every sector of the economy. There is no sector, there is no organization that is existing today that does not need a data analyst. None. And the reason is because even a company that started 3 months ago, like right now, you need a data analyst. And the reason is because, see, these 3 months, you've done something. You've you've either made sales, have customers, have return customers, you've done something. That's something you did. It's called data. Now, how do you take advantage of those things you've done to be better? That is where data analyst comes into play. So there is absolutely no organization that does not need a data analyst. And to be a data analyst, the only thing you need is problem solving. You have to be somebody that is good at problem solving. And I believe that's something that adulthood has mostly given to us on a part of gold. So data analyst, problem solving hand in hand. And when you're doing any sort of analysis, you get to do what we call the diagnostics and the descriptive analysis. You don't get to do the predictive because the predictive is something that the data scientists get to do. But for you, you're so versatile, you're needed in every sector of the economy, and you're focused on the diagnostics and the descriptive. Now, the simple English for that is, as a data analyst, when you do your analysis, you're always focused on what happened and why did it happen. That's what you get to do 100% as a data analyst. Now, when you're looking at a financial analyst, these are generally the term I always like to use. Anybody that knows me, I love to call them the money smart people because what they do is they help organizations make smart financial decisions, right? Organizations looking to invest. I heard that just back in Nigeria recently, I think First Bank just completed the merger with I think First Titan Banks or something. Before they are able to do this merger, definitely they have a financial analyst look at the numbers, help them make the decision if that is a smart financial decision, right? So they help organization make smart financial decisions. So if you're somebody, even if you don't have accounting background, it doesn't matter. So far, you're somebody that loves to make smart financial decisions, then 100% want to really look at the financial analyst. And as a financial analyst, if you can see the things you get to learn, you have problem solving, Excel, Power BI, and SQL. You have this, then you also have, which is going to open you to work in some roles as a data analyst. Then you also have some other skills that will set you apart 100% as a financial analyst. Okay. Then you have the HR analyst. The HR analyst, these are people that they are like the people's people. That definitely that is generally what I like to call them. They are the people for the people. That is who they are. Because every organization have HR departments. Now, how does the people within the organization, what are the reasons that they should continue working for an organization? What are the value that they're getting from that organization? Then the organization itself, what are the values that it's getting from the people working for it? All these measures, they are something that is totally being highlighted, analyzed, reports by the HR analyst. They make people within the organization have the opportunity to grow. HR is the one that will create the policy that will create a work-life balance whereby people will have that work-life balance. They won't be all work, 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 and no play. You'll be able to be the one that will make sure that whatever thing you do within your organization, you do it with attention, you do it, report automation and so many things. You get to do all these things to make sure that whatever that is working within the organization gets value. As you're getting value, the organization that hire you is also getting the same value. All right. So these are the things that you look out for when you're looking to become HR analyst, because I see there's a whole lot of people in this regard. Then you have the cybersecurity. The cybersecurity, these are, as the word says, cyber security. These are people that are security conscious mindset people, and they are very careful about anything and everything. Now, what they do is they protect our digital assets within this internet space, and they secure it from any sort of intrusion. You shouldn't have access to this. You will not be able to get access to this. These are people that they go into cybersecurity. And if you're looking at the cybersecurity program or the cybersecurity space generally, that industry is pretty robust. Okay. Now, what the program will afford you is by the time you're done with the training, if you can see your key learning area, it will open you to roles you can apply to, and giving you ability to transition into three major career paths under cybersecurity. By the time you're done with the cybersecurity program, you have the ability to get a job as a penetration tester. Because if you look at your key learning area, the first thing you have there is the overview of cybersecurity, the rules and the technology you get to use. Then you start to understand the information security principles, then you learn risk management. After your risk management, you want to dive into understanding security networks, then what it takes to be a SOC analyst. A SOC analyst is a security operations center. What are the roles? What are your responsibilities? What are your things you get to do? They say something is a threat. How do you respond to threats? There are a lot of incidents that happen. How do you respond to incidents to make sure that you're able to contain such when something like that's going to affect the integrity of your company? How do you respond to situations like that? These are things you get to learn. And to learn these, you have tools that you will learn to work with. And remember, everything I've talked about, you are always working on projects. So when you're learning incident response, you're learning incident response using tools like Bob Suite, Wireshark to be able to monitor your network communication. You're always working on projects. Then you also have malware analysis, threat attack vector, get to understand what these things are for you to have a better understanding of when we're looking at threat intelligence. Also, you have introduction. So this that I just talked about will open you to apply and work in a role as a SOC analyst, right? That is one. Then you have introduction to penetration testers. These are penetration testers. These are people when we say somebody is a hacker, etc., etc. These are people that are categorized under this category. And you have penetration testing, you have vulnerability scanning. What they get to do is they scan network for vulnerabilities. Let's say, for example, you just set up an organization, you set up your network, and you're looking to make sure that your network is secured so that somebody that shouldn't have access to your information or have access to your network, they don't have access to it. You will need to get a penetration tester to get that done. So by the time you're done with the training, you have enough skill and enough experience to get a job as a penetration tester. And the last part that you have also experience to get into is the GRC, governance, risk, and compliance. This is that part that is not so technical in cybersecurity because what you get to do is to draft security framework, draft policy of development, draft compliance audit to be able to make sure that everybody within the program, within the organization, is being guided by the cybersecurity policies and the regulations so they don't get sanctioned. By the time you're done with the cybersecurity program, you have ability to apply to job either as a penetration tester, as a SOC analyst, as a GRC specialist. These are all the 8 programs that you have ability to get into, looking at the personality that you have. Now, these are, you see everything you're going to learn, everything I've talked about, all these are just 50% of what we tend to offer you. The other 50% is what we call the employability, which I briefly mentioned. And when you're looking at the employability, now you've gotten the technical skill, you are fantastic in that space. But how does that skill, how does it convert to getting you a job? The first one you have is CV optimization, where you will learn how to optimize your CV, like I talked about. You'll have an in-house professional revamp your CV for you. Then you learn how to optimize it in such a way that you'll be able to tailor it to every job you're looking to apply to. You have your CV optimized, you'll have your LinkedIn optimized, making opportunity available to you, opportunities that you don't even know exist, where hiring managers will be able to reach out to you and literally just communicate with you via LinkedIn. That is because your LinkedIn has been optimized. Then you have your navigating the job market. Navigating the job market is when you learn how to navigate the job market to get the jobs you're looking at searching for. Remember in this slide above, I told you and I showed you the link that I have attached to the sheet, to the form, to this particular slide, where you're able to click on and you're able to get on these job boards to search for jobs. Then aside from these job boards that I'm talking about, we also have some job boards that we have a premium partnership with. This is a premium partnership, a paid premium partnership that we have with them. And what we do with this is these job boards, they have jobs that they post on their job boards, but you will not normally have access to them except you pay to these premium job boards. So what we did was we paid to them, and all the jobs that you put there, we scrape all these jobs and we bring them into your classrooms. So in your classroom, you can 100% apply to all these premium jobs without paying anybody anything. This is going to furthermore give you the opportunity to land your role, the job you're looking at going for as fast as possible. Then when you do all this, the least you expect is for you to have interview. And just like you remember when Binga said, you have opportunity to book for an interview preparation with a professional, which is going to furthermore prepare you for any role you're looking to get into. And definitely when you get a job, we have opportunity to give you a reference letter. Then you also get what we call on-the-job support. You're on the job, you hit a roadblock, you need some guidance, we are always available to give you the support. You have somebody come on board with you and guide you and walk you through whatever sort of challenge you might be having. You have the opportunity 100%. And also, if you remember when I was talking about having a mentor hold your hand, walk you through any sort of challenge you're having, you also get access to that weekly. You have a weekly mentorship session that happens every Thursday. You get access to that, where even after your training, you still have access to all these services I'm mentioning. So it's not like while you're in training is only when you get access to this. No, get access to all this I'm talking about even after your training. The last one is what we have, the Upwork optimization, focusing on people that want to get skilled and be able to offer their services on a more freelance approach, where you learn how to optimize your link, your Upwork to be able to offer your services to both individuals and organization at the same time, right? So now remember the process of learning, packaging. Now you've learned how to the program you're looking to go for. You've been able to package yourself, know exactly what to do. You know exactly how to tailor your CV. Now is for you to apply to jobs, and we'll have lots of people, lots of everyday people that have been able to go through the same structure and they've been able to land themselves a job. Now, the big question is, what do you need to do? What are the next steps? How exactly should you take the next step for you to see yourself thriving in 2025, the rest that we have? How do you do it? Now, the next cohort that is starting for Tenalytics starts 6th of September. That's Saturday. This Saturday that is coming, that's a few days from now, that is when the next cohort is starting. So if you're looking to take the next step, want to find a way to join that class starting by Saturday. And to join that class, the current price is $1,000 US. To join the next class starting by Saturday, the current price is $1,000 US. But there's a big but there. There's a big but, and the big but is if you're looking to join this class, you have the opportunity to secure yourself a discount of 20%. Meaning, instead of you paying 1,000, you have the opportunity to secure yourself a discount and pay 20% discounted price off, which is going to have you pay, instead of you paying 1,000, you get to pay $800 US. Okay, so to join the class starting by Saturday, instead of you paying 1,000, all you have to do is pay 800. Well, it gets better. You are not mandated to pay all these 800,000 because I don't know about you, but that's a big money. And for me to transition, if I'm saying I want to transition, I don't have this, I don't have that, getting 800,000 to pay between now and Saturday is going to be so difficult. You know that, you understand that, and that is why you have ability to pay in installments, meaning you can create a payment plan or select a payment plan that works for you. 100%, you have ability to pay at once if you have it, but if you don't have it and you want to start by Saturday, you have ability to pay as spread your payment and pay as much as 5 times, meaning that $800, you have ability to spread it and pay 5 times and have you pay $160 every month for 5 months. Meaning for you to join the class starting on Saturday, all you have to pay right now is $160 US. If you click on the link that my colleague has shared in the chat box, it should take you to the enrollment center. I'll also walk you through how you'll be able to secure your spot in that spot, all right? So I'm going to show you how to make that payment and secure a spot, make the payment, and join the class starting by September. And if you're looking at, oh, September is here, I don't think I'll be able to make it. It's here already. It's difficult. I don't have the time. My planning is not in great shape. I might not be able to do that right now. Don't worry. We have you covered. You still also have opportunity to secure these discounts and start by October. Right? I'm going to be showing you how to secure your spots right now, so you'll be able to take advantage of the discounts and not actually lose out on that hand. All right. So if you click on that link that my colleague is sharing in the chat box, it should bring you to this website. It should bring you to this particular website that you can see on my screen. I think that is coming up. Yes. It should bring you to this enrollment center. So what you want to do is, if you click on that link, if you see just above here, you will see 20% off, limited offer. You have the time, and over here, you will see the countdown for the amount of days left. This particular discount ends in 3 days. So if you're looking to take advantage of it, you want to make sure you secure a spot way before this time. And what you want to now do is, we have a lot of people going for data analytics, data science, HR analytics, business analysis. All you have to do is click on that link. It will bring you to this particular page you can see, and you want to scroll down. Immediately you scroll down, you will see the courses highlighted. So whichever you want to go for, let's select the business analysis. So if you select the business analysis, it will open up for you, and you will definitely see the program, you will see the course outline, you see the description, you see the curriculum, you see everything you get to learn within the program, right? So if you keep scrolling down, by the time you get to the bottom, you see the roles you can also apply to. Then over there, you will see ability to click on enroll now. Once you click on that enroll now, that is the spot where you select if you're looking to start by September or if you're looking to start by October. The class for September starts 6th of September, and you'll be getting a 20% discount. Okay? You'll be getting a 20% discount. But if you're looking to start by October, you want to properly plan yourself. But you don't want to miss out in this 3 days discount that is going on. 3 days discount that is left. You want to still take advantage of it. It gets better. So instead of you paying 20%, you get to pay 25% discount, because you're not looking to start now, but you're looking to pay now and start in October. So instead of you getting 20%, you get 25% discount, which you will see over here. So, but let's say you're looking to start in September as soon as possible. You want to select the option that works best for you. Then you want to scroll down. You want to scroll down to select the payment plan that works best for you. If you're looking to pay once, remember, your price is, the original price is 1,000. So instead of you paying 1,000, it's currently being discounted by 20% discount. You get to pay 800. Now, if you're looking to pay once or twice, instead of you paying 800, you get to save yourself additional $40 and you get to pay 460. That's if you're looking to 760 rather. That's if you're looking to pay once or twice. Or if this is not going to be comfortable for you, you have ability to pay, select an installmental plan, and pay in this regard. You can select either 3 times, 4 times, or 5 times. If you select 5 times, that will have you pay $160 every month for 5 months. Okay, so if you, let's say you want to select the five payment plan, make sure you select it. Then you click on apply discount. Once you click on apply discount, it will process your application. Before you get to this spot, you will have an opportunity to sign up on this particular platform. So you sign up, you put your name, your email address, your phone number, then you sign up easily, straightforward. So once you select that, you will see the payment plan that has, instead of you paying 200, you get to pay 160 every month for 5 months. If you're joining from UK also, you don't need to say seeking for currency exchanger or something like that. No, you can directly pay from the website. It is that, but this particular website is geotagged, meaning anywhere you're joining from, you'll have ability to pay in that currency. If you're joining from, I see somebody is joining from Germany, you have ability to pay directly in euros. If you're joining from UK, you have ability to pay directly in pounds. If you're joining from anywhere in Africa, you have ability to pay from the currency of wherever you're joining from. Okay, so it's not like you have to pay in USD. As you can see, I've been able to switch it to pounds. And if I'm looking to pay in pounds, 100%, instead of me paying, I can pay one time or two times. If I'm still looking to pay 5 times, if I select the 5 monthly payments, I will have to pay, instead of me paying a high amount, I'll get to pay £131 every month for 5 months. So if you select on this also, you get to pay so, and all you need to do to join the class starting by September is pay your installmental, select the payment plan, then pay immediately. Remember, you have just 3 days. And if you're looking to start in October, I think I didn't show that. So if you're looking to start in October, select the October and click on the payment plan that works for you. So if you see for the October, instead of you paying 131, you get to pay £123 every month for 5 months. Okay, so I want you, this particular link has been shared by my colleague in the chat box. If you check the chat box, you see it there. Click on it, secure your spot, and 100% select the program you're looking to get into, and we'll be happy to have you. Now, if you have questions, you might want to drop in the chat box. I will soon be taking your question in the chat box, so drop that in the chat box. But if you also want to speak, I will give you the ability to also speak and unmute your mic. But for now, you want to make sure you secure your spot so you don't run out, the discount does not run out from you. And remember, by the time you are done with your training, you'll be getting a certificate, because I know a lot of people might have questions about this. You'll be getting a certificate, and your certificate is accredited by the American Council of Training and Development. Okay, so you want to make sure that you secure a spot as soon as possible, and I'll be looking forward to have you. Remember, all you need is your personal traits. What are the things that define you to be able to get into this role? And this is something that a lot of people have been able to do. For example, Hikmat, this particular lady over here, she was a full-time stay-at-home mom, somebody that has no work experience. Full-time stay-at-home mom. She went through the data analytics program, and she was able to secure herself a role as a data analyst with NHS. And that job came with school sponsorship. Same thing with Ramat, which you saw earlier. Same thing with Oluwatoyin, that has a medical background. She is a pharmacist. She went through the data analytics program, and she was able to also get a job as a benefit analyst with NHS. So we have lots of testimonial people that have been able to transition from having zero background in tech, being able to transition into landing their first role in tech. Okay, so I'll be going through the chat box. If you have questions, you might want to drop it. I'll see how to answer that question. And if you also want to speak, you can indicate so I can get to attend to your questions. So, Honorable Architect Oxton, he said a word of construction projects management. So that is going to be you going for the Agile Project Manager. I think I touched that while I was explaining the Agile Project Management program, right? From the HR Analytics. Right, so let me quickly rush down. Debbie said I got data science between the and data analytics, which one is better? It's simpler. So for Deborah, your own is I think I explained that when I was explaining the data analytics, which is not so difficult to get into. So in your own case, if you're looking for 100% beginner friendly, that's for you, Deborah. You want to look into the the data analytics program. Okay, I think I have a hand up. Okay, I think I have a hand up, but before I get to that, okay, but first, can I combine programs? Oh no, so you can only do one program at a time because you will not be you don't have the ability to do two programs at a time. I think you said you're going for, is it data science or cybersecurity? So you can only get to do one program at a time. Though once you're done with one, you can always take another one, but you can only do one program at a time. You will not be able to take two programs at a time. Right, Sammy Thomas said, I'm looking for hands-on experience because I'm currently on. So definitely, like I said, I think most of this question, I answered them. Everything you get to do, you get to work on projects, hands-on building your hands-on experience while you're working on them, all right? So, Honorable Austin said, what is the easiest and the most intensive role tech path for a person with zero experience in the tech space? I believe it's going to be 100% dependent on the kind of person that you are, what do you define as intensive? For example, if you put me in a role with agile project management, that is going to be very intensive for me. I'll not be very fine. But if you put me in other technical roles, I'll be very fine. So it totally depends on the kind of person that you are. This will determine the role that you'll be comfortable with to get into. But if you're looking for difficulties, I believe I've been able to explain that you have the cybersecurity, you have the data engineering, and a whole lot. So Techioma said the equivalent in pounds. I believe I've been able to also explain that. Okay. Okay, OJ said, can I go through the payment plan again? Okay, I think I will do that. All right, so before I come to Anthony, let me quickly walk you through the payment plan again. Let me do that again quickly so that you can have a better understanding. So if you click on that particular link that was shared in the chat box, you want to select a program that works for you, right? So after selecting a program that works for you, you want to click on enroll. Once you click on enroll now, the class starting by September, you have opportunity to get into that class and you're getting a 20% discount. Okay, that's you selecting September and you're getting a 20% discount. Now, for your 20% discount, you'll be paying a total of £656. Okay, now the 666 pounds, you have ability to break it and pay in installments. You can pay either once, twice, 3, 4, or 5 times. Okay, now if you're looking to pay 5 times, you're going to be paying £131 every month for 5 months. If you're looking to pay 4 times, you're looking at paying £164 every month for 4 months. If you're looking to pay 3 times, you're going to be paying £218 every month for 3 months. So whichever of these options that works for you, you want to select them, then you click on apply discount. Once you do that, you will sign up. Then once you sign up, you'll be able to once you sign up, you'll be able to see the payment plan, which is going to be broken down by monthly. Select, then click on pay now. Once you click on pay now, you'll be able to make sure you confirm the terms and conditions. You should also read it. Then you click on pay now. Once you do that, you'll be able to make your payment directly from the website. Okay. And this is not in like any currency. Wherever you're looking to join or pay from, you can pay directly from the currency or wherever you're joining from. If you're joining from US, you'll be able to pay in US dollars. If you're joining from UK, you'll be able to pay in pounds. If you're joining from Ireland, you'll be able to pay in euros. If you're joining from anywhere in European country, you'll be able to pay in euros. If you're joining from Africa, you'll be able to pay in the currency or wherever you're joining from. So I believe I've been able to answer that. That goes to OJ. Okay, so I think the next one I have is Anthony. Anthony said, good evening, good evening. Thanks for the insight. I have a customer service experience, civil experience in Nigeria, and I have some experience. And I've gotten admission in the UK to study project management. I also want to learn security training here in UK to be able to get a job. Result of marry all this together. Am I doing too much? So Anthony, you're in a good spot, and that's because a very good number of people that are taking the program, they are either working two jobs, or they are studying just like yourself, and they are also taking the program. That is why, if you see your classes, you don't have any activity, heavy activity during the week, because you expect you to either go to school, go to work, make money, because that money is what you tend to spend. You agree with me? Yes. So you have your activities on Saturday in the morning, or on Saturday in the evening. You're in UK, so you have opportunity of either in the morning or in the evening, 6 p.m. UK time or 11 a.m. UK time. Now, let's say, for example, this particular Saturday, you will not have the ability to get into class. Your class, all the 100% all your live sessions, everything will be recorded and added to your Google Classroom. So even if you miss out your class, you will never miss out on your recorded session, because everything is recorded and you have a lifetime access to it. So even if you don't have the time to join the class because of something you need to do, you still have the ability to watch a recorded video and get into it. And trust me, for somebody that have customer service experience and sales experience, you don't want to get into any other route than the business analysis. The fact that you're also doing MS in project management, that is going to give you a better leverage when you become a business analyst. All right. So if you're looking to transition, go through the business analysis program. That's going to be of way value to you. Right. So before I go to another question, I have one hand up. I think I've asked you to unmute your mic. Via, you want to unmute your mic and speak and ask your question? I asked you to unmute your mic already. Your hand is up. Are you able to unmute your mic and speak? You just want to tap on that microphone icon and speak.
Yeah, sorry, I was just trying to get on the page there. Well, thank you so much. And some of my questions have been answered, but I suppose I just wanted to quickly ask as well again that, you talked about Saturday. I was just wondering, is there an alternate day during the week, or is it just weekends?
Okay, where are you joining us from?
Ireland.
Ireland. All right. So for Saturdays, you have, so if I quickly run to that slide, you have two opportunities. You can either join the morning class or the evening. Okay. So you have the opportunity to join either the 11 a.m. UK time or the 6 p.m. UK time. It does not really matter wherever you're joining from. If your Saturday mornings are not going to be free, then you want to make time for Saturday evening. But then, just like I answered Anthony now, all your classes, they are 100% recorded. So if your Saturdays are occupied, you'll not be able to join the class. Your classes are recorded and added to your Google Classroom. So if you go back to your recorded video, if you watch it and you have questions, 100% of the time, you can always go to the person that you have access to the person that is teaching you, call them up, and get answers to whatever question you have. Okay. But
yeah, and then I also, one of the I suppose one concern that I have about the transition is most companies would be looking for people with years of experience. So even if we do are able to navigate having a reference and we have qualifications, we have the optimization, how do we navigate years of experience? Thank you.
Okay, all right. So I think this question is going to be beneficial to a lot of people on the call. So Via, what do you do currently? Via, can you hear me? Via, if you're speaking, you're muted. Okay, so
yeah, so sorry, I was muted there, so I couldn't speak. I work as I work with young adults with disability. I work as a day service manager.
Okay.
But
So
by
before
the way,
now,
I do have I did do programs like this. I mean I I have a qualification in Scrum Master, but that's all
Scrum
my
Master.
yeah. So but then like these days it's very it's not as well, a couple of years back there was a lot
Yes,
of opportunities, but not as much. So I want to navigate into maybe a business analyst and all of that. So
I understand that. But what I'm looking out for is your experience in the care space. How many years of experience do you have there?
I have over 10 years.
About 10.
Yes, and over 10 years experience.
All right. All right. Sorry.
I mean,
So the way it really works is, I don't know if you heard when I was talking about this particular slide that I believe is showing on my screen, where you have the employability. Now, what you have in this is the first thing you will have is your CV will be revamped. When we say CV revamped by in-house professional, tech is a means of getting things done, a technical way of getting things done. So whatever you've done in your history, there is always some aspect of project management. Even as a human being, there's almost no part that we have that does not have we managing projects. So what the professional would do is look at your over 10 years of experience as a project manager or as in the care space. Now bring out skill of relevance that has to do with whichever role you're looking to get into. That is why it's tech, right? Now, when they tailor it to that experience, these are experience that you had. It's not like anybody's lying or anything. These are experience that you had or that you have. They will tailor it to now match the role you're looking to get into. If you're looking to get into the project management program, they will do that. If you're looking to get into business analysis, they will do that. They will only look out for skill of relevance. So when you're applying to jobs, you are not applying to jobs like you don't have experience, because you do. Now, the fact that you go through the training and it will teach you how to actually work on these roles, meaning the roles that things you must have done in the past that you have no idea has anything to do with project management. Now that you've been through project management, 100% you know how to manage it yourself. So when you get into an interview, you'll be able to 100% guide them through the things you've done and how these experiences have been valuable to you being here right now. So these are the things you get to learn within the program. Just explaining this for the purpose of every other person that's on the call. Yes, you get to learn them in the training. You also get to learn a lot more during your mentorship. Remember, your mentorship is having industry experts coming to your classes and walk you through things you have no knowledge about. Okay, so these are the things you get to um, walk through in the program, right? Thank you for that question. That question will really answer a lot of people and give them a better understanding of how they will be able to transition. So thank you once again for that question, Bar. All right, so I'm currently working as a senior sales operative analyst, and I previously got a certification in PMP. I want to move to a more senior role. Now I'm confused what programs to enroll for. So for somebody like you that have an experience as a sales operations analyst, you can either become a business analyst or a data analyst, 100%. You see your certification in PMP, like you said, is a certification. Does not validate that you can get anything done as a project manager. So get into a spot where you have the skill to actually showcase what you've done and leveraging your experience in sales and in operations, you can either become a data analyst or a business analyst. You have that equal opportunity. Right. So Debbie said she'll be going with the data science program. That's fantastic. All right. I still have to go through all your programs. So, Sammy Thomas, you said, would I still have to go through all your programs? I don't quite understand what that means. So you might want to explain a lot more. OJ, you're totally welcome. Okay, so I think Austin, I think my colleague have answered your question. So, Chiwendu Okafor, you said you're not a code person, but I prefer the data engineering to the rest. So if you are currently not a code person, that's fine. But please tell me that you are comfortable learning how to code. If you are not, you're going to fight. Because data engineering is like, so when it comes to coding, when you are like a blogger, one of the things you want to know how to do is to write posts, write content. Yeah. You now say you're not somebody that like to do that. How do you want to scale? Do you want to give that, except you want to give that, offer that out? But in data engineering, you don't have the opportunity to give it out because you have to do it. So if you're open to learning how to code, doesn't matter. We got you covered. Okay. So OJ said the link is not mute. The link is not working for me. I think if you click on that link, which was shared just after our Vash comment, it should open. That's the same link that I opened. So Chidebere said, I'm interested in the data engineering. I don't know how deep the class will be going into coding rather than how much coding be needed. Can one apply to rules in cloud engineering and DevOps having completed the program? So the answer to that is 100%. Number one, you go into coding as deep as a software developer would. That's number one. Then number two, you'll be able to apply to, because you'll be getting to learn some cloud engineering, you get to learn cloud engineering programming like you have Azure, you have AWS, and you have GCP, right? By the time you are done with the program, you have ability to work as a cloud engineer in these three major parts, right? When you're looking at data engineering is way above DevOps, okay? DevOps is almost going to be the same level with, if not lower than business analysis, right? Data engineering is top gun, okay? Top gun, and that's because before you get into that sport of being a data engineer to work in this environment, you will have gone through the process, and the process is what you will be going through when you're looking at the program. Okay, so before I get into AJ's question, Sammy Thomas, okay, I'll ask you to unmute so what you ask your question and clarify the question you dropped in the chat. So Sammy, you want to go ahead?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, you can move closer to your microphone. That would be nice.
How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. And you?
Not too bad, not too bad. So I am just asking the question because I'm currently doing a Google certification. I'm on my third certificate right now. My fourth certificate right now. So I'm looking to see if I could get some hands-on experience with you guys. But you guys are also, the program you're offering for the first 6 months is basically what I'm doing right now. Would I have to go through that as well before I get hands-on experience?
So can you walk me through what you're doing right now?
Currently, I just finished doing the foundation of cybersecurity. I did that, and I did network hardening and what do you call it? Let me just give you the outlay. Basically, right now I'm doing what am I doing? I'm doing operating systems. I'm working on operating systems and all the other stuff.
You're saying the foundation part.
I've done the foundation part. I've done the first certificate, the second certificate, and I'm done the third. And I'm just starting the fourth certificate right now.
You're currently operation systems. You're currently in operation systems.
I'm currently operation systems, yes.
Okay, and after operation systems?
It's going to SQL and link, what do you call it? The command line programming stuff as well. Let me just get it up and running. Sorry, I'm sort of nervous right now. Give me a second.
Don't be, okay?
The reason why I'm asking this question is that if I'm doing this with certification with Google, would I come to you guys and do it all over again? Because we'll be doing it twice.
Okay, so I don't have a total clear picture of what you're doing, but I can tell you what you'll be getting from us. Okay.
Okay.
You're looking at which of this program are you looking to get into?
See, governance, risk, and compliance.
Okay. And when you're looking at the GRC, yeah, what you'll be getting from us is not just the GRC aspect. You'll be getting a whole of them. Now, what you'll be getting from the training is hands-on projects. So let's say,
Okay.
for example, when you're learning penetration testing, you're learning working on projects. When you're learning SOC, how to be a SOC analyst, you're learning working on projects. I'm not saying one project, I'm talking multiple projects. When you're working to be GRC specialist, you're working on projects, a company that is just setting up and you're drafting their security policy from ground up, working on projects. Now, when you are done, you get to do this for 6 months. You see this project you must have worked on in 6 months, you have ability to add them to your portfolio. Because when you're going to get a job or go into an interview, there's something they call a scenario-based questions, which you can never escape during interview. They will ask you to walk them through a time when you did this and when you did that.
Yeah.
If you go ahead to tell them, so when I was learning with Google, you just say the HR look away, or they'll just look away. That means you are just learning, they are not interested. They want somebody that have hands-on experience.
Yeah.
And the reason is pretty simple, because when you are getting on the job, they need your experience to solve whatever challenge they're having. So they need somebody that has done it before and that has something to show for it. The program is going to give you the knowledge of done it before. Your portfolio is going to give you the experience to show that you've done it before and you can actually do it. So I don't really know what you're going through there. So it's not going to be bothered to you if everything I've talked about is still the same thing you will be getting. And remember, this is just 50%. The other 50%, your mentorship, your LinkedIn optimization, applying to jobs, all those interview preparations, all those things, they come with your training. So it now boils down to you to say, oh, which one is better? Do I want to continue chasing this certificate? Or do I want to chase hands-on skills? I think I know my own answer.
Not only hands-on skill, no, hands down, without a doubt. Hands-on skills.
Exactly. So
you go.
Why not save yourself the time of doing something, wasting time? After time spent, you come back, you start again. So why not just save yourself the time, start now, and instead of wasting time, you get into it and you get it done. Okay?
All right, thanks.
You're
Thank you very
welcome.
much. All right.
Welcome. All right. So I think I've been able to answer you, AJ. Do I have any question? We have about 6 minutes left on this call to be able to answer all the questions. So Chiwendi said, I'm open to learning. Fantastic. So if you're open to learning, we'll see you in the data engineering program. All right. So Deborah said, if you pay your first instrumental and you decide it's not for you, yes, 100%. So Deborah, if you pay your first installment and you see this is not something that is going well for you, you have ability within the 3 weeks of you starting the program to get your refund. And in that time, you get a full refund. If you're able to, I think all these are in your terms and conditions. You get your full refunds. If you register for the program, you see that it's not for you. 3 weeks after starting, you get your full refunds. If not, you'll be able to discontinue, you're not interested anymore, and you'll be able to stop any sort of subsequent payments. All right. We'll make it very easy for anybody in that regards. So Olayemi Abodari said, I'm looking for a role that gives me access to work remotely with flexibility so I can stay at home. So you see all the roles I've mentioned, including data analysis, will afford you that. All the roles that I've mentioned today, all the 8 roles will afford you the opportunity to work 100% from a remote settings. Adeyemi. Okay. Ivy said, is it possible to share this in the charts? I don't really know what that is about, but I believe my colleague should have answered that, or we attend to you. AJ, I think, okay, I have sales and marketing experience as well as customer engagement specialist experience. As I've been a pharmacist, between data analysis and business analysis. But my intention is the health analyst role. So, what I can easily advise you, AJ, is you have customer engagement specialist experience. So you can either go for business analyst or data analyst. And if I were advice, I would rather prefer you go for the business analysis role. And that's because if you look at the data analyst, if you see my slide, if you see the data analyst role, you will see you have Excel, Power BI, and SQL. You have that 100%, and this is something you will learn as a data analyst. If you look at your business analyst key learning area, you also have Excel, Power BI, and SQL, meaning you might not be at the same level that a data analyst will be at when it comes to using these tools. But definitely, you can't be pushed aside. You still have ability to get a job as in some roles in data analysis. So if you're looking at health informatics analyst, something like that, you going through the business analysis program will still afford you the ability to get a bit from the roles that a data analyst can apply to. So with that, I think you should go for the business analysis program. Okay, I think I've been able to answer this. AJ, I believe I've been able to answer your question. So Desi said, which of the program pay more? I have a background in accounting auditing. So Desi, if you look at this current slide that I'm on, you will see up above, you will see the average salary. Average, meaning you have some roles that will pay you a little bit higher. You have some companies that will pay you a little bit lesser. But the average from our analysis is the salary you have above. When you get the slide, you'll be able to go through the salary one by one and get access to it. You'll be able to see it, review it, and be able to go through the whole recording. Right, so iPhone said I just got to my want this recording. So you want to make sure you complete the attendance form that was shared with you by my colleague. Complete that and you'll be able to get the recording sent to you. Right, AJ, you're welcome. Nursing informatics, you also want to look into data analytics or data science? That's answering you, Deborah. We have 2 minutes, 2 more minutes for the question before we call it a night. Okay, you're saying business analysis are more softwares. I didn't say software. All right, I said you have more opportunities. So iPhone, you might want to drop your question in clarity so that I'll be able to answer that. Okay, I don't quite get your question. Is data science applicable? Or... So Deborah, data science is applicable, data analytics is applicable. But in your own case, our advice to start with data analytics is very much beginners friendly, and it opens you to a lot of opportunities that you can now build upon over the years and definitely become data science. And when you're becoming a data scientist, you'll be able to actually project where you're going to in that aspect, because data science is also pretty robust. Yes. So iPhone, if you see my screen, you will see that for the business analysis, you have Excel, Power BI, and SQL. So I think I was answering at DME or so when he was confused, or when he's confused about either should he go for data analytics or business analysis, considering he has experience in customer success, customer something. I've forgotten the line. Now, looking at his experience, he's also looking at health analyst, becoming a data analyst in the health space. Okay? So I'm advising him that considering his experience, the business analysis would be a better option for him. And that's because even despite going through the business analysis program, he will still be able to get some skill that a data analyst would have, meaning you have Excel, Power BI, and SQL. A data analyst will also have this skill. These are default data analyst skills. So by going through the business analysis program, he will be getting a little bit of Excel, Power BI, and SQL, enough to get him a job as a health informatics analyst. That was what I was trying to explain to him. Right? So thank you all for being here. I think we spent about 2 hours. If you stay here, trust me, the question will keep coming, but this is what you can do. You can always do this. Make sure that you secure your spot. You don't want to miss out on the discount. And if you have questions, like I see OJ just dropped another question. Just above that, I saw Marianne just up another question. What you want to do is secure your spot. Pay either the 131 pay the 131 pounds or 123 pounds, or you pay the 160 US dollars, or you pay the 150 US dollars. The 150 is if you're looking to join in October. Pay this, then say book a clarity session. There's something we call a clarity session where you sit down with a professional. They look at where you're coming from. What have you done? What are you looking to do? What is comfortable with you? They look at where you're coming from, and the best path for you to chart, right? They look at this and they guide you on which of this program you should be getting into. So what you want to make sure you do is secure your spot, book your slots, then anybody you speak with from Tenalytics, tell them that you want to speak with a professional. When you speak with a professional, you come in one of these sessions, and you always see me also in these sessions where you can get to answer your question. In this session, you don't type, you will speak, you will discuss one-on-one. All right. So you want to make sure you secure a spot. The most important part is you don't want to miss out on the discount. Secure a spot in the discount, and I'll be looking forward to have you either in your classes starting in September or in October, or I'm looking forward to chat with you and the clarity session before the class starts by September 6th, okay, which is Saturday. Remember, click on that link that my colleague shared in the chat box. The discount is fast running. 20% discount runs out in 2-3 days. So you want to make sure you secure your spot and don't miss out on that, all right? If you have any question, I'll be looking forward to seeing each and every one of them in the chat box. All right, so at the absence of any other further questions, thank you all for spending your over 2 hours with me. I really do enjoy myself. I hope each and every one of you has been able to get value. I totally enjoy myself. Thank you for being here. And cheers. You have a question. iPhone said I have a question. Book a clarity session and I'll be able to take your question 100%. Right? So I think we are done. Everybody can get on mute themselves and say their goodbyes. Right? So thank you all. Thank you. I believe you all got value. You can unmute your mic.
So much.
Thank
Good
you
night.
so much, Prince. That was a nice session.
Thank
Thanks.
you. OJ, I'll be looking forward to seeing you in class, okay? I see you have a lot of questions. So
Yeah.
book your
Thanks.
slots, secure discounted slots, and book a session with a professional. I'll be able to take your questions there, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Right, you're welcome. All right, everybody. At the absence of any further questions, thank you all, and bye-bye. Bye, everyone.
In American history, and this story shows it more than anything. So we will keep fighting in honor of the survivors who are brave enough to put themselves